Severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia on Dr. Don's Weather is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, East Alabama Bee Company, and is brought to you in part by Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Way Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. Now, from the Alpha Weather Center, here's Dr. Don.
Good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. 6:31 Central, 7:30, actually 6:32 now, 7:32 Eastern on your Saturday evening, July 29th, 2023. We've been watching some pretty big thunderstorms this afternoon across East Alabama and West Georgia. We are seeing a trend, though, of weakening storms, and we're seeing not nearly as many storms now across East Alabama and West Georgia as what we've been seeing this afternoon. And I'll explain that to you in just a few moments. But we do have a very strong thunderstorm moving through Lee County. It has cleared the Auburn-Opelika area, but about to move into the Beauregard area, and there just south of Salem. It'll continue moving to the south and will probably miss Smith Station. But for you folks down here south of 431 and south of I-85, pretty strong thunderstorm there near Beauregard and just between Beauregard and Smith Station. This afternoon. We did have a special weather statement on both of these storms, but the Weather Service sees that the storms are weakening, so they have let that special weather statement expire. So the MO this afternoon has been this. These storms blow up really fast, and the structure of the storm is just not strong enough to maintain, so the storms fall apart, or in weather terms, they collapse almost as fast as they form. And when the storms collapse, that's when we get those 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, because when a storm collapses, when the structure falls apart, it can no longer support that liquid column, so all that water rushes to the ground at one time. Well, all of the air between the cloud and the ground has to go somewhere, so it spreads out, and that's where we get those 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust, and that's why we see those trees and power lines that fall during these summertime afternoon thunderstorms. But over the last hour, we've begun to see the trend here, and the trend is we don't see much going on up here across most of our coverage areas. As a matter of fact, there's very little cloud coverage there now. So with the loss of cloud coverage, that's telling us that the moisture is moving further to the south. We have dry air coming in from the north. So we really would not anticipate much more in the way of thunderstorm activity across places like Cleburne, Calhoun, Carroll, Talladega, Clay, Randolph, Hurd, Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, back over toward Troup County. And then once we get these storms out of Lee County, I really would not anticipate much more activity down in the Lee County area either this afternoon. Now, what we are going to have to keep an eye on as we go into the overnight hours, if you'll look up here in Tennessee, and I think this is going to be more for Georgia than Alabama, but if you look up here in Tennessee, we have an MCS system, or a mesoscale cyclone system, which is just a complex of thunderstorms. MCS is just a fancy acronym. It's a complex of thunderstorms that will continue to sink to the south and southeast as we go into the overnight hours. Now, these storms overall have not been severe. They have stayed just below severe limits, with the exception of a few storms up there around Knoxville. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning there. But we would not anticipate these storms to really turn into anything severe if they're not already. So for the northern, probably the two tiers of counties across North Georgia, we're talking about places like Clayton, Mountain City, Hiawassee, maybe back over toward Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and maybe over toward Chattanooga. Could see some thunderstorm activity between 9 p.m. and let's say midnight tonight. But again, I wouldn't anticipate a major severe weather outbreak with that. Across East Alabama and West Georgia, I think we're looking pretty good for the remainder of the afternoon. We do have one lone storm up there just south of Gadsden that'll be there for about 30 minutes, and then it will disappear. That's what all of these storms have been doing this afternoon. And we'll see a repeat performance on Sunday. We'll have those incredibly humid and hot temperatures again tomorrow. And then anytime after about 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, those storms, I call them popcorn storms. They'll start popping just about anywhere across East Alabama and West Georgia. It's hit or miss. You may get a storm at your house, and 2 blocks down the road, the sun's shining. It's just what we do here in the South in the summertime. And, of course, any of these storms at any given location at any given time could go strong to severe. So be mindful of that if you're going to be outdoors tomorrow, if you can stand this heat, because we're looking at a heat advisory that's in effect all the way through 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Heat index values 104, 105, maybe as high as 109 degrees out there this afternoon and again tomorrow. So be mindful of all of that if you're going to be outdoors for the rest of this evening and again on tomorrow. So that's just kind of a quick update for you with the weather situation that we have across East Alabama and West Georgia. So just jump over here in the chat room right quick. Send some rain to Roanoke, Alabama. I wish that I had that power. If I did, I would be doing lots of different things if I could control it. Trust me. I need some more showers here at my house, too. We had a pretty good thunderstorm up here in White County, Georgia yesterday, but it was over on the eastern side of our county. I live in the southwest corner of our county, and just didn't get a whole lot here yesterday, but some locations did. The problem with these type thunderstorms, though, they really don't do a whole lot to help us out with moisture that we need in the ground because it all runs off. You get these quick thunderstorms that maybe dump a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain, and it falls at such a fast rate, it all runs off. It gets into the creeks. I mean, it will eventually help the water table underground, but it doesn't do a whole lot for your tomato plants out there in the garden. I mean, that heavy, the raindrops are huge. And especially if you get a little hail mixed in there, it'll destroy your garden. I did have that happen about a week ago. It knocked every one of my tomato cages on the ground. I had to go back out there and stand them back up. So my tomato plants look a little fragile at the moment. But as far as rain soaking into the ground and really doing some good, these type thunderstorms really don't help us out a whole lot. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate your kind words. So there you go, folks. Just kind of a quick update for you on your Saturday afternoon. Nothing out there of any great significance threatening anyone, even those storms down there in Lee County near Beauregard, back over towards Smith Station. They are very heavy. There is lightning involved in it, and there could be some small hail in some very isolated spots down there. And you need to respect those storms. Don't stand out and watch them because the lightning is pretty rough. But there's really no major severe weather there. Some big thunderstorms continue over in Georgia, down there around Americus and back up toward Montezuma. Zoom out, just some really small thunderstorms just west of Thomaston. And then back toward Montgomery in central Alabama, we've got a big thunderstorm there on the north end, up on the northern bypass there. Back up just south of Wetumpka, and that's sliding off to the south-southeast. And then just to the northwest of Shorter, right there along I-85, a heavy thunderstorm as well. Looking at the rest of the state, not much happening other than that storm up there around Gadsden, storm just northwest of Birmingham. And then down there on the beach, if you're hanging out down at Gulf Shores, Panama City, Seagrove Beach, pretty nice Saturday evening for you down there. There's some showers north of Panama City. But that's not threatening any of you beach goers down there this afternoon. Looks pretty good. So we'll continue to watch this. If things were to change, of course, we'll come right back and bring you the information. But I really think the rest of your Saturday is going to be pretty good for East Alabama and West Georgia. Tanya, I really can't answer that question. I don't know when Roanoke will get some rain. I mean, there will be a decent chance again tomorrow, but these storms are hit and miss. They pop up, can pop up just about anywhere at any time. There's no forcing mechanism. There's no cold front that will push a big line of rain through. They're just heat of the day, summertime afternoon thunderstorms that could pop up just about anywhere at any time. I know we need rain in my house too, and I wish I could do something about that. I'll put in a little extra word for Roanoke. How about that? All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with your primetime forecast. And, of course, we'll have coverage for you tomorrow afternoon should we have more thunderstorms across the area. God bless you all. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your Saturday.
Severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia on Dr. Don's Weather is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, East Alabama Bee Company, and is brought to you in part by Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Way Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. We will continue to monitor the latest weather conditions across the area and return with updates as conditions warrant. This is Dr. Don's Weather.